Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Peter Clausi from Silver Bullets, who just announced shipment of commercial gold-silver concentrates. Congratulations, Peter.
Thank you. There's been a lot of work getting to this point, and it's a good reward for the shareholders.
Well, speaking of this news release, I was just going through it earlier, and the quote here says, "This represents significant revenue to the company, but doesn't define significant for us." Can you tell us more about this?
Sure. We haven't disclosed the tonnage or the grade or the consequential dollar amount because those matters are still confidential, pursuant to the terms of the contract with the buyer, and they will stay confidential for the next few months. You know,
Okay.
we'd love to disclose all the details to the investing public. We just can't right now, and so we won't.
I also liked in the news release where you described it as having reached the monumental stage of development at the company. I
Yeah.
really would love it if you could share a little bit more about this, and you do have some very enthusiastic shareholders.
We've been working towards this point for a long time. Remember, we have the concentrate from the KT mine, and we have the concentrate from the SC mine. This material is the gold silver from the KT mine. With respect to the material from the SC mine, we are still waiting, frustratingly so, on the third-party independent assay results on the silver con. And once we have that, there'll be another sale announced.
And so, can you give us an approximate timeline? Are we thinking the next quarter, or what are we thinking about?
6 weeks ago, I thought it would be tomorrow. The problem at the labs right now, and this is a global problem, is that gold's at $4,000. So everybody who has a gold project is pulling samples out of the closet or going into the field to grab samples and jamming up the labs with them. The labs are working as hard and as fast as they can. Every lab seems to be having the same problem.
Well, you seem to be having a lot of victories along the way as well. I see a lot of warrants have been exercised, of course, injecting capital into the company. I'd like you to talk about that in just a second. But I'm also a little bit interested in the debt conversion and what exactly that means.
The company issued debentures in 23, and they had a ratchet on them that the conversion price would go up after a certain date. So the holders of the debentures elected to convert now before that ratchet took place. So they were issued shares at the lower price pre-ratchet. And remember, we did that financing when the stock was around 8, 9, 10 cents. So having a convert at that price point was fantastic for the company to be able to raise capital.
And of course, the company has been achieving regular milestones, just as you promised to your shareholders. What should we be looking forward to in this next quarter?
Oh my God, the final sale of that SC concentrate. Like as soon as we get the third-party assays, it happens extremely quickly. We notify the buyer, and there's the process that we've described before is how we get paid. It's frustrating to have to wait on somebody else, but seeing how it's our first large shipment to that buyer, I can understand why he wants to wait for a third-party independent assay on the material. Whether this will take place in every shipment, who knows?
And this is both gold and silver. So it's gold bullets as well as silver bullets.
That's funny. This is from the SC concentrate, so it's mainly silver with a sparkling of gold in it.
And of course, gold was something that we weren't talking about initially with Silver Bullet. Can you give us an update on the KT project, please?
Sure. Remember, we started at Buckeye, which was silver at a certain grade. We found the SC mine, really liked that. And then we were introduced to the KT mine, which is high gold grades. So we can work the SC for the high silver and the KT for the high gold. And we've released the assay results for that at our website. So there's also lead in there, and lead has a value, and we want to be sure to recover every dollar possible for the shareholders. So what do we expect this quarter? Finally getting those third-party assay results so we can finally formally sell the SC concentrate and further sales out of the KT.
For those of you out there that may be new to Silver Bullet, you actually are a producing mill. Is that correct?
We own our own mill. It's working very well. We're going to take some capital and add other units to it so that we can extract gold and copper at our mill, not just the silver.
Will you be able to take on other projects as well in the area?
Right now, we are fairly full, but should it come to pass that that need arises, yes, we can. Yeah, that's why we built the mill in the first place. It's not the mine. For most mining companies, the mine is the key. For us, it's having that mill, because now we can take other material in Arizona, as you say, and we can bring in new mines under the Silver Bullet umbrella and process that material and control our own costs.
A well-known professional in our industry, let's talk about the price of silver. Can you comment about where silver is today and what you see happening in the 2025 and to 2025, 2026 general period?
So there are some people out there who are screaming for $600 silver. Can't see that happening unless the world is just dying. The well-informed people that I listen to, that I read, are calling for it to stay roughly in this range, 50 to 60, while there is still turbulence coming out of the White House. While there's still volatility with respect to trade, with respect to international relations, the price of gold and of silver should stay elevated.
And of course, many people out there may not appreciate that Jack Lifton likes to call silver his #1 technology metal. Can you comment a little bit about that?
I wouldn't argue with Jack. Last year, the world consumed about 1.3 billion ounces of silver, of which about 800,000 came out of the ground, and I think about 250,000 was recycled. That meant there is a supply deficit, and we have to fill that supply deficit.
Your short videos and Instagram videos are doing very, very well because everybody loves the Lone Ranger. Will you be producing any actual silver bullets for people to buy?
Not for the foreseeable future. There's too much effort and cost that goes into that. I'd rather make concentrate and sell that rather than making trinkets.
And for those of you interested in actually seeing these short videos, which are getting so many views, please go to the following website to find out more information. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.